Well, hey, good morning, guys. Big A here coming to you from the frozen tundra. You can see we got a little ice on the bridge here at the Greenway this morning. What a beautiful day it is, though. The sun shines out, and it's going to be one beautiful day today here in Nashville, Tennessee. I have to admit to you, I kind of went south this weekend. They called for snow. A buddy of mine called and said, come on to Florida. So we jumped on a plane, ran down, spent the weekend. Got back yesterday around lunch. It was beautiful there, but it was kind of cold there too. It was, just to be honest with you. But man, hey, we've got a great week ahead of us. I'm excited about it. I know you are as well. I want to talk to you about being an effective leader and some of the things that you can do to maybe change the way you behave today. And I'm going to tell you something. It's hard to be an effective leader and being an influencer. And I titled this, Are You a Chameleon? And a chameleon is a lizard that changes colors based on its surroundings. And I'm going to tell you something, I don't like chameleons. I don't like people either that check the temperature of the room before they make a decision. And I'm not going to get on to you too hard because this is something that's difficult to do because we all want a seat at the table. We all want to be leaders. We all want to be influencers. But the thing is, sometimes it's hard to be totally candid and open and honest because you want to be liked by your peers. You want to be liked by the people that are in your office. You want to be liked by family members, people at church. For a long time, I was involved in a resource team at our church that helped make the decisions. And I'm going to tell you the truth, man, when you're in there with all those leaders and people that are, the pastors and the department heads, it's tough sometimes to say, no, you know what, I agree with some of these things, but some of these things I don't. It's for the betterment of the church that we want to make the right decisions. Same way in the boardrooms of many of your companies. You'll sit and agree, you'll stick your finger in the air and check which way the wind's blowing, and then you'll go outside to the parking lot and you'll tell your buddy, I think we should have done this or that. Don't do that. Say it in the room. Say it in the room where you're at because you and your buddy can't change things out in the parking lot. But if you're looked at as a leader, you can make those decisions in the room where it makes a difference. And I want to encourage you to do that. But oftentimes it's not popular. Oftentimes you've got to be willing to stand alone, and that's where it's difficult. My spiritual mentor, Bob Warren, taught me about 15 years ago. He said, Big A, always be willing to stand alone if you're convicted that you're making the right decision. And man, I've gotten the privilege to spend my life with some men that are willing to do that, like Alan Lindsay and Greg Smith and Charlie Haygood and Hugh Morris and Chris Freeman and Randy Butler, some guys that I invest my life in on a regular basis. And we'll get in some heated discussions. I mean, some tough ones. But at least I know where I stand with those guys, right? It's not that I'm liked necessarily in that discussion, but I admire them and I trust them. And I know that when I can go to those guys, they'll tell me the truth. And I want to encourage you to surround yourself with those kind of people. Don't be a chameleon. Don't change your colors based on your surroundings. Don't stick your finger in the air and check which way the wind's blowing. If you're convinced that you're right, my goodness, be willing to take a stand. Stand up and say, this is what I believe. I may be wrong. It may not be correct, and prove me wrong if it not be. But I don't want just a seat at the table. I want the betterment for the whole community, or the betterment for the institution, or the betterment for the occupation that you're involved in, or the betterment for your family. I don't know what it is for you, but if you wrestle with that, will the real Mr. Smith please stand up? Be willing to take it on the chin. Be willing to maybe be wrong, but let other guys lovingly guide you and direct you back to where you need to be. We don't need a room full of chameleons. We need a room full of thought leaders, guys that are willing to stand up and make a difference for the betterment of whatever it is that you're talking about. Well, guys, I know that I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to somebody else that maybe you know, but I want you to do the right things. I want you to be the right person. I don't want you to change your colors based on your surroundings. It's difficult being a leader. I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing sometimes to be in that position, but we need men that will stand up and tell the truth and say it the way they see it. All right, I got to get back after it. You see all that snow we got out here this morning. It's a cold gentleman in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Big A, coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. Go have a great day. We'll see you guys.